It was 3:07 a.m. The city was quiet. Too quiet. Most people were sleeping. Lights were off. Streets were empty. But inside the Royal Flame restaurant, something strange was happening. A man stood outside the back door. He wore a black hoodie. A cap covered his face. No one would guess who he really was. He was Chef Marcus Hale, one of the most famous chefs in the city, owner of 5 restaurants, a man who trusted no one easily. Tonight, he came in disguise. Not to eat, not to cook. He came to watch. Marcus believed the truth showed itself at night, when no managers were around, when workers thought no one was watching. He quietly unlocked the door and stepped inside. The kitchen was dark. Only one light was on, a small light, near the cutting table. Marcus stopped walking. He heard a sound. Top, top, top. A knife. Cutting. Slow. Clean. Controlled. His heart beat faster. No one should be here, he thought. He moved closer. Then he saw her. A black young woman, standing alone. Apron on. Sleeves rolled up. Hair tied back neatly. She was cutting meat. Not fast. Not slow. Perfect. Each cut was smooth. Even. Professional. Marcus narrowed his eyes. This was not normal. Night workers usually rushed. They were tired. Careless. But she was calm. Focused. Like time had stopped for her. She lifted the knife again. The blade shined under the light. Marcus felt something strange in his chest. Respect. And fear. Because he knew that kind of skill. He did not learn that on YouTube. He did not learn that in one job. That kind of skill came from training or pain. She wiped the knife. Checked the meat. Then whispered to herself. Too thick. Do it again. Marcus froze. Her voice was soft, but confident, like someone used to being in charge. She adjusted the cut. Perfect again. Marcus looked around. No phone. No music. No notes. She worked from memory. From instinct. He had trained chefs for years. Many failed. But this woman? She worked like she owned the place. Marcus took one step forward. The floor made a small sound. Creak. The woman stopped. The knife stayed in the air. Silence filled the room. Marcus held his breath. Slowly, she turned her head. Her eyes met the darkness. Sharp eyes. Alert eyes. Not scared. Not surprised. Marcus felt a chill. Most workers would panic. She did not. She waited. Marcus stepped into the light. Their eyes met. For one long second, no one spoke. Then she nodded politely. Good evening, sir, she said. Her voice did not shake. Marcus was shocked. How do you know it's me? He asked. She smiled lightly. Only the owner walks this quiet, she replied. Marcus felt exposed. He looked at the meat. At the knife. At her hands. Why are you here at this hour? He asked. She looked back at the table. Night shift, she said simply. Marcus frowned. This restaurant closes at midnight. She nodded again. I know. Then she continued cutting. Like he was not standing there. Marcus had never seen this before. No fear. No begging. No excuses. Just work. He watched her hands again. Every move had purpose. He finally asked the question burning inside him. Where did you learn to cut like that? She paused. Just for half a second. Then she said quietly, some dreams don't die. They just work nights. Marcus felt that line hit him hard. He wanted to ask more. About her. About her past. About her dreams. But before he could speak, she checked the clock. 3:23 a.m. I need to finish before sunrise, she said. Marcus stepped back, confused, curious, and deeply unsettled. As he walked away, one thought stayed in his mind. Why would someone this talented choose the shadows? And what happened in her life that made college wait? But survival come first? Chef Marcus did not leave the restaurant that night. He stood near the back door, hidden in the dark hallway. His heart was still racing. He had seen many workers, many cooks, many talents, but never like her. From where he stood, he could still see the kitchen light. The soft glow moved as she moved. She thought she was alone again. She placed the knife down carefully. Not careless. Not rushed. Marcus watched her wipe the table. Clean. Perfect. Then she surprised him. She pulled a small notebook from her bag. Old. Bent pages. Oil stains. She opened it slowly. Marcus leaned closer. The pages were filled with drawings. Knife angles. Cooking notes. Recipes written by hand. Not fancy words. Just clear ideas. She touched one page gently, like it mattered. Then her phone buzzed. She looked at it. Her face changed. Marcus saw the screen, light her eyes. The name on the email was clear. City Culinary College. She did not open it. She stared for 3 seconds. Then she locked the phone and put it away. Marcus felt something heavy in his chest. College. That word explained a lot. She went back to work, but slower now. Her shoulders looked tired. Not weak, just tired. She whispered again, almost like a promise. One day, Marcus stepped on a loose tile. Click. She turned around fast, knife in hand. But when she saw him again, she relaxed. You didn't leave, she said. No, Marcus replied. I couldn't. She nodded like she understood. They stood in silence. The hum of the fridge filled the space. Marcus finally spoke. What's your name? She hesitated. Just a little. Aya, she said. Aya. Marcus repeated. A strong name. He pointed to the notebook. You draw like a chef. She looked at the notebook, then back at him. I think like one too, she said. Marcus raised his eyebrows. Then why are you cutting meat at 3 a.m.? Aya did not answer right away. She walked to the sink. Wash her hands slowly. Water ran over scars on her fingers. Small scars. Old scars. Marks of long work. I work nights because nights don't ask questions, she said. Marcus felt that. Did you go to school? He asked. Aya smiled, but her eyes did not. I was supposed to, she said. She leaned against the counter. Got accepted. Even had a small scholarship. Marcus stayed quiet. I had plans, she continued. Big ones. Then her voice dropped. But plans don't pay rent. She looked at the ceiling. My mother got sick. My brother was still young. She looked back at Marcus. Someone had to stay. Marcus swallowed hard. You could have asked for help, he said. Aya shook her head. People help when they see you falling, she replied. I learned to stand instead. That line stayed in the air. Marcus noticed her posture again. Straight. Proud. Even in struggle. Why hide your skill? He asked. Aya looked at the knife. Because talent scares people, she said. They expect more. And I can't afford disappointment. Marcus had built his life on talent. But he had never thought of it like that. Suddenly, footsteps echoed from outside. Aya froze. Her eyes widened. Someone's coming, she said. Marcus listened. A security guard passed by the back door. Laughing on his phone, Aya let out a slow breath. You shouldn't be seen here, she said to Marcus. He smiled slightly. Neither should you. She smiled back. Just a little. That smile carried years of strength. As Marcus turned to leave, he stopped. One last thing, he said. Aya looked at him. Why do you still cook like this? He asked. No one is watching. Aya picked up the knife again and said words Marcus would never forget. Because if I stop, I disappear. Marcus walked out into the night, but his mind stayed in that kitchen with a woman cutting meat at 3 a.m. Not for money, not for praise, but to remind herself who she really was. The next night, the kitchen light came on again at 3 a.m. Aya was already there. Same apron, same knife, same calm face. But something felt different. She kept looking toward the back door. She knew. Chef Marcus entered quietly, but this time he did not hide. He walked straight into the kitchen. Aya did not jump. She only sighed. So, she said without turning around, you came back. Marcus stopped a few steps away. Yes, he replied. And this time I want answers. Aya kept cutting. Her hands were steady, but her jaw was tight. You should not be here, she said. Managers don't like questions at night. I'm not here as a manager, Marcus said. I'm here as a chef. That made her stop. The knife rested on the board. Slowly, Aya turned. You don't look like a chef right now, she said. Marcus smiled slightly. I am one, he said. And I know skill when I see it. Aya crossed her arms. Skill doesn't change paychecks, she replied. Marcus stepped closer. Skill changes lives, he said. She laughed softly. Not happy. Not angry. Just tired. Maybe for people like you, she said. Not for people like me. That line hit Marcus hard. What does that mean? He asked. Aya walked to the sink and washed her hands. People see my color first, she said. Then my position. They never see my potential. Marcus stayed quiet. She dried her hands and faced him. You came to fire me? She asked. No, Marcus said quickly. I came to understand you. Aya shook her head. Understanding doesn't pay bills either, she said. Marcus took a breath. Why do you only work nights? He asked. She hesitated. For the first time, her eyes dropped. Because daytime belongs to people with papers, she said. Degrees. Titles. She looked back up. I don't have those. Marcus frowned. Education doesn't equal talent, he said. Aya smiled again. But this smile was sad. Try telling that to the world, she replied. Silence filled the kitchen. The fridge hummed. The clock ticked. Marcus pointed to the cutting board. You cut like someone trained, he said. Who trained you? Aya picked up the knife. My father, she said quietly. Marcus leaned forward. He was a butcher, she continued. Not famous. Not rich. She paused. But he respected the knife. Her hand moved again. When he died, I was 16, she said. And suddenly, I was the adult. Marcus felt a lump in his throat. He taught me this, she said, lifting the knife. Before he left, Marcus swallowed. In college, he asked. Aya stopped cutting. Her eyes hardened. I chose food over classrooms, she said. Family over dreams. Marcus shook his head. You should have had both, he said. Aya stepped closer. You don't get to say that, she replied firmly. Because you never had to choose. That was the moment. The air changed. Marcus realized she was right. He had talent and opportunity. Aya only had talent. He lowered his voice. What do you want, Aya? He asked. She looked surprised. No one had asked her that in years. I want to cook, she said. Not just survive. Marcus nodded. I can help, he said. Aya laughed again. This time louder. You, she said. The man who owns everything? Yes, Marcus replied. Her smile faded. Help always comes with rules, she said. And I can't afford to fail. Marcus took off his cap. His face was fully visible now. I'm not offering pity, he said. I'm offering a test. Aya stared at him. What kind of test? She asked. Marcus pointed to the kitchen. Tomorrow night, he said. Same time. Aya felt her heart race. Bring your best, Marcus continued. Cook like your life depends on it. She looked at him carefully. And if I fail? She asked. Marcus answered honestly. Then this day's a night job. Aya nodded slowly. As Marcus turned to leave, she stopped him. Why are you doing this? She asked. Marcus paused at the door. Because talent like yours should not hide in the dark, he said. Aya stood alone, knife in hand, heart racing. For the first time in years, hope scared her more than struggle. The kitchen felt colder that night. Not because of the air, but because of the memory Aya carried inside. She stood alone at the cutting table. The knife was still. Her hands were shaking. Marcus's words kept repeating in her head. Cook like your life depends on it. She closed her eyes, and the past came back. Aya was 19 when the letter arrived. She remembered the day clearly. The envelope was white. Her name printed neatly. City Culinary College, accepted. She read it 3 times. Her hands shook just like now. She ran to the kitchen. Mama, she shouted. Her mother smiled, proud and tired. That night, Aya cooked dinner with joy. She danced while stirring the pot. She dreamed out loud. I'll be a chef, she said. One day, I'll open my own place. Her father laughed. You already cook like one, he said. 2 weeks later, her father collapsed at work. A heart attack. No warning. No woodbye. The house went quiet after that. Bills stacked up. The fridge stayed empty. Her mother tried to work, but sickness followed. Aya watched her brother grow hungry. Dreams don't survive empty kitchens. So Aya did what no one saw. She sold her college books. She worked 2 jobs, then 3. Day jobs paid little. Night jobs paid more. So nights became her world. She remembered calling the college, her voice shaking. I can't come this semester, she said. They said she could reapply, but life never paused long enough. Back in the present, Aya wiped her face. She had not cried. Not then. Not now. She believed tears slowed people down. The back door opened. Marcus stepped in. Aya froze. I thought tomorrow was the test, she said. I wanted the truth first, Marcus replied. Aya looked away. There's nothing special about my story, she said. Marcus leaned against the counter. Stories don't need to be special, he said. They need to be real. Aya stayed silent. Marcus pointed to her shaking hands. You don't shake when you cut meat, he said. But you shake when we talk about you. Aya laughed quietly. Food never left me, she said. People did. Marcus waited. She took a deep breath. My father taught me everything, she said. He said the knife listens if you respect it. Marcus smiled softly. He was right. Aya continued. When he died, school stopped mattering, she said. Survival became my degree. Marcus felt that. And your mother? He asked. Aya looked down. She still asks when I will rest, she said. I tell her soon. She paused. But soon keeps moving. Silence filled the kitchen again. Marcus finally asked the hard question. Why didn't you tell anyone? He said. About your skill? Aya looked at him. Because people take advantage of hope, she said. They promise doors, then close them. Marcus nodded slowly. You don't trust easily, he said. I trust work, Aya replied. It never lies. Marcus stepped closer. Aya, he said gently, what happened to you was not your fault. That was it. Her wall cracked. Not broken. Cracked. Her eyes filled, but no tears fell. I know, she said, but it still changed me. Marcus nodded. And it made you strong, he said. Aya shook her head. It made me tired, she replied. Marcus looked around the empty kitchen. You shouldn't carry this alone, he said. Aya picked up the knife again. This is how I carry it, she said. Marcus watched her cut. Precise. Focused. But now he saw more. Every cut held a memory. Every motion carried a choice. He understood. This was not just food. This was her fight. As Marcus turned to leave, Aya spoke. If I fail tomorrow, she said, don't feel sorry for me. Marcus stopped. I won't, he said, because whatever happens, you are already a chef. Aya stood still. For the first time in years. That word did not feel like a lie. Aya arrived early that night. Earlier than usual. The clock showed 2:41 a.m. Her heart was loud. Not fear. Pressure. She washed her hands twice. Tied her apron tighter. Tonight was not about survival. Tonight was about truth. She did not know where Marcus was. She did not know who was watching. That scared her. But she welcomed it. She laid out her tools carefully. Knife. Board. Pun. No extras. No safety net. The back door opened. Not Marcus. Two men walked in. Both in white coats. Clean shoes. Serious faces. Aya froze. Who are you? She asked. One of them spoke. Friends of a chef. Her stomach dropped. They placed a sealed box on the counter. Inside was meat Aya had never touched before. Dark. Fresh. Expensive. Aya knew immediately. This was not normal food. This was a test. One man spoke again. No recipe, he said. No time limit. Aya looked at the meat. Then at them. What do you want me to cook? She asked. They shrugged. Whatever tells the truth. They stepped back. Aya breathed in. She closed her eyes. And listened. Not to the men. Not to the room. To the food. She touched the meat. Soft in some places. Firm in others. She smiled. Her hands moved. She trimmed slowly. Carefully. No waste. Every cut had purpose. She heated the pan. Oil whispered. The smell filled the room. In the shadows, Marcus watched. Silent. Unseen. Aya seasoned lightly. Salt. Pepper. Nothing more. She trusted the meat. Her father's voice echoed in her head. Don't hide food. Let's speak. She flipped the meat once. Just once. The men exchanged looks. They had seen chefs rush. Show off. Aya did neither. She rested the meat. Covered it. Waited. Time passed. The kitchen felt heavy. Aya finally plated the dish. Simple. No decoration. No tricks. She placed the plate in front of the man. Eat, she said. They did. The first man closed his eyes. The second stopped chewing. Neither spoke. Marcus leaned forward. The silence was loud. Finally, one man swallowed. Who taught you this? He asked. Aya answered calmly. Life. They nodded. They took the plate and left without another word. Aya stood alone. Her legs felt weak. She leaned against the counter. Was that it? The door opened again. Marcus stepped into the light, clapping softly. Perfect, he said. Aya looked at him. Her chest felt tight. I didn't know you were watching, she said. That was the point, Marcus replied. Aya wiped her hands. So did I pass? She asked. Marcus did not answer. Instead, he asked her a question. Why did you choose that dish? He said. Aya thought for a moment. Because it tells the truth, she replied. No cover. No mask. Marcus smiled. That's why you passed, he said. Aya's breath caught. But Marcus was not finished. This test wasn't for skill alone, he said. It was for character. Aya listened closely. I brought trained chefs here before, Marcus continued. They failed. Aya looked confused. They cooked for praise, Marcus said. You cooked for honesty. Aya swallowed hard. Marcus stepped closer. There's one more thing, he said. Aya's heart dropped again. What? She asked. Marcus looked serious. This opportunity will change everything, he said. Your schedule. Your life. Aya nodded slowly. And if I say no? She asked. Marcus respected the question. Then nothing changes, he said. You keep surviving. Aya looked at her hands. Scarred. Strong. She looked back up. I'm tired of surviving, she said. I want to live. Marcus smiled. Good, he said. Because tomorrow, you meet the world. Aya stood alone after he left. The kitchen felt different now. Brighter. Not because of lights. Because of hope. But hope was dangerous. And Aya knew. The hardest part was still coming. Aya did not sleep that morning. She sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the wall. The sun rose slowly, but her mind was still in the dark. Marcus's words echoed in her head. Tomorrow, you meet the world. She did not know what that meant. She wore her best clothes. Simple. Clean. Nothing fancy. As she walked toward the restaurant, her chest felt tight. This time, the front door was open. Bright lights. People everywhere. Aya stopped. She had never entered through the front. Never. The host looked at her. Are you lost? He asked. Aya shook her head. I was called, she said softly. The host checked a list. Then his eyes widened. Right this way, he said. Aya followed him. Her heart pounded. They led her into a large dining hall. Cameras. Lights. Chefs in white coats. Some famous. Some serious. Aya froze. Marcus stood at the center. He saw her and nodded. She felt small. Out of place. Marcus raised his hand. Everyone, this is Aya, he said. Murmurs filled the room. Aya felt heat on her face. Marcus continued. She works nights in my kitchen, he said. At 3 a.m. People looked surprised. Some whispered. Marcus raised his voice. Last night, she cooked one dish, he said. No recipe. No pressure. He paused. And she showed me something rare. Aya swallowed hard. Marcus turned to her. Tell them why you skipped college, he said gently. The room went silent. Aya's hands trembled. She took a step forward. I didn't skip it, she said. I postponed it. Her voice grew stronger. My father died. My mother got sick. I chose work. She looked around. I chose family. The room stayed quiet. No judgment. No laughter. Marcus nodded. This industry talks about passion, he said, but we ignore sacrifice. He looked at the chefs. How many of you could cook like her at 3 a.m., he asked. No one answered. Marcus turned back to Aya. Today, he said, you start training here. Day shift. Aya's breath stopped. Your tuition, Marcus continued, will be covered. Tears finally came. Not loud. Not messy. Quiet tears. The room clapped. Slowly. Respectfully. Aya covered her face. She had never been seen like this. Not for her work. Not for her strength. Marcus stepped closer. This is not charity, he whispered. This is investment. Aya nodded. Later that day, she stood in the kitchen. Same place. Different time. Sunlight filled the room. Chefs watched her. Some curious. Some doubtful. Marcus handed her a knife. Cook, he said. Aya took it. Her hand stopped shaking. She worked. Clean. Focused. The room grew quiet. By the end, no one spoke. Marcus smiled. That night, Aya walked home differently. Her back was straight. Her steps were light. She looked at the sky. For the first time, the future felt close. Not far away. Not impossible. Just waiting. 6 months passed. The kitchen no longer slept at night. But Aya did. She worked during the day now. Sunlight touched her hands instead of shadows. She stood in the same kitchen. Same walls. Same smell. But everything felt different. Aya wore a clean chef coat. Her name was stitched on it. Aya. She touched it every morning. To remind herself this was real. She trained under Marcus daily. Not gently. Not easily. He pushed her. Corrected her. Challenged her. And Aya never complained. She listened. She learned. She improved. Other chefs noticed. Some respected her. Some doubted her. But all watched her. One afternoon, a new cook whispered, "She used to work nights?" Aya heard it. She smiled. "Yes," she said, "and nights taught me discipline." The room went quiet. Months later, Marcus invited investors and critics. A private tasting. High pressure. Aya felt it. But she did not panic. She remembered her father's voice. Let the food speak. She cooked one dish. The same style. Simple. Honest. The room fell silent again. A critic finally spoke. "This dish has a soul," he said. Marcus looked at Aya and nodded. That night, Marcus called Aya to his office. She stood straight. "What's wrong?" she asked. Marcus smiled. "Nothing," he said. "Everything is right." He handed her a paper. Aya read slowly. "Head sous chef, the Royal Flame." Her hands shook. "This is too fast," she said. Marcus shook his head. "You were always ready," he replied. "We were just late." Aya swallowed. "Thank you," she said quietly. Marcus stood. "There's one more thing," he said. Aya's heart raced again. He handed her another envelope. She opened it. City Culinary College. Full sponsorship. Aya froze. "This is yours," Marcus said. "Finish what you paused." Aya closed her eyes. She took a deep breath. For the first time, she allowed herself to cry. Later that evening, Aya visited her mother. She placed the chef code on the table. Her mother touched it gently. "You did this," she said. Aya shook her head. "No," she replied. "We did." Her brother hugged her. "I always knew," he said. Aya smiled. Weeks later, Aya returned to the kitchen. This time, she walked in as a leader. She taught younger cooks, corrected gently, encouraged quietly. One night, she saw a young worker cutting vegetables late. Nervous, hidden. Aya walked over. "You don't need to hide," she said. The worker looked surprised. Aya smiled. "I see you," she said. And that mattered. On the anniversary of her first night, Marcus stood beside her. "Do you remember 3 a.m.?" he asked. Aya laughed. "I remember survival," she said. Marcus nodded. "And now?" he asked. Aya looked around. The kitchen buzzed with life. "I remember purpose," she said. The camera pulls back. Aya stands tall. A chef. A daughter. A fighter. The voiceover closes the story. Some people don't skip their dreams. They pause them to protect others. But when the world finally looks at them, they rise stronger than before. And somewhere, in a bright kitchen, a knife moves with respect. Not in the dark, but in the light. Fire. End of story. Thank you for watching.